This video shows you how to install the Scriptwriters Toolkit into Windows 10 for Office 365, or as they now call it, Microsoft 365. But first we'll make a few convenient alterations to the menu system. We want to be able to get at the downloads folder and where the templates will be stored, and in general the user home folder. So we do that by clicking the Windows button here in the bottom left corner, and then clicking on the person name, which is here. This particular username is in fact tutorials, video tutorials. You'll notice that we've got shown shortcuts to the user's documents, pictures and settings. We want also access to the home folder. That's much more convenient in many ways than these individual ones, and in particular the downloads folder. We do that by doing a right button click on any one of these that's already there and select personalize this list. We can then turn on the downloads folder here, music if we wanted access to that, videos, and the personal folder here, which in fact contains all these others. This folder, most other operating systems call it the home folder. Microsoft, for their own peculiar reasons, call it the personal folder. So if we turn this on, and now we can shrink this, and now when we bring this list up here, you see that when I highlight the username, which is this one here with a little person symbol on, we now can see quick shortcuts to documents, downloads, music, pictures, videos, and the personal folder. If we open the personal folder, you'll see that in fact these other ones, downloads and so on, music and videos, are in fact subfolders of the user folder, which in turn is actually on this computer, usually on drive C, a folder called users and then a subfolder with the name of the user in it. Right, that's all we need for the moment, so we can close this one. Microsoft keep moving the location in which the templates are stored. Each different version of Microsoft Word that has come out has had the templates stored in different places. So I've come up with a system for installing the toolkit, which makes sure that they go into the right place. But to do that, we need to find out exactly where Microsoft Word, your copy of Microsoft Word, stores its user templates. So if we open Microsoft Word, which we do from the Start menu, then this group is Office 365, and this is Word here. And we're going to find out where the templates are by creating a little useful template and seeing where Microsoft Word stores it. There's nothing in the personal folder at the moment. This is where you access them from, new and personal. We're going to start with a blank document, and we're just going to make this a simple, very simple template. It will be a memo template. So in classic style, we'll call this from the desk of. Interesting, so we'll first of all put them all in the center, which is done from the home ribbon here click this one, which moves them to the center, and then we'll make this group bigger with this icon here. So we'll make those 20, and the memo itself, the heading of the paper, we'll make that a little bit bigger even than that, say 26. This is a very, very simple template, and now we're going to store it as a template and make a note of where it actually stores it. So we do a file, save as, and then we're going to store it on this PC, and in this drop down list here we're going to make sure it's the same kind of document as the Scriptwriters Toolkit. They are macro enabled templates, so it's this one here. They end in .m, and here we're going to give it a name here, memo. So that's the memo template, and this location here shows us where it is going to actually store the template. We'll notice that it's in the documents folder, and it's in a subfolder called custom office templates. So if we save that now, and that concludes the creation of the memo, we can close that. And now if we go to here and look again in the documents folder, we went to the user and then documents, and we can see that there is now a folder called custom office templates, and if we open that we can see the memo template here. This type here says that it is a macro enabled template. So now that we've discovered where they are, we can see at the top here that it's this PC, then document custom templates. Again, that's an abbreviation done by Microsoft to confuse new users. Okay, now this is the folder. In fact, custom office templates is the folder where we're going to put the Scriptwriters Toolkit. So I'll close that for the moment. We'll bring that back in a minute. Now if you've followed the instructions normally, you will have downloaded the Scriptwriters Toolkit as a compressed zip file, and it will be located in your downloads folder. So we'll go to the downloads folder here, the username, and then downloads. And in fact we see here that the Scriptwriters Toolkit is a compressed zip file. If I'll just stretch that a minute there, it's a compressed zip folder called Script Toolkit 6. So we're first going to unpack that, so we do a right click on the name and we do an extract all. This shows where it's going to extract it to, which in fact is the location alongside this existing one in the downloads folder. So we click on extract here, and it's already opened it for us, but if I close that one for the moment, you'll see that we now have a today file which has got the same name as that one, but this is just a plain file, and that was the compressed zip file. If we do a right click on this and do properties, we'll see that this is 736 kilobytes, which is bigger than the original 666. That's just a little side effect here. Now within this, if I double click this, there's the toolkit itself, and if I double click that, you can see some of the templates there. Now this video was made before all of the templates had been upgraded to version 6, so there are some of them missing here, but they will be all complete when you download the Scriptwriters Toolkit version 6. So I'm going to close that, rather I'm going to go back up one to here, because we want to put these into the custom user templates. So if I'll just keep that near the top for the moment and reopen the documents folder, bring that down, open the custom office templates, and there's our memo that we remember creating before. To install the toolkit, all I need to do, having found the right location, is simply drag that and drop it in there. Now you see that the Scriptwriters Toolkit is now within the folder called Custom Office Templates. And I'll just open that up to be sure it is, and go back to there. Now if I close this and close this, we're now actually ready to use Word with the template. So now we'll check that the Scriptwriters Toolkit is there. So we open Microsoft Word by clicking there, and then there, and then there, and we select New and Personal. Now in Personal we can see the template that we made earlier for memo and the script template. A single click opens that. If you do a double click, it'll be slightly confusing. A single click opens the toolkit, and here we see the selection of templates that we have in the list at the time of making this video. There will be more when you see it on your screen. So we have verified that the templates are all there. If we actually open any one for the moment, if we base a new document on one of these, say Hollywood A4, if I double click that, now it tells us they are that the macros are disabled. The Scriptwriters Toolkit consists of a set of macros attached to a template. Now it's possible for cyber criminals to create malware in the form of macros, so we have to be sure and give permission to run any document any template or document which contains macros. This is a warning that the template that we've chosen has got macros in it. So if we OK that, we'll see that we now get a yellow bar here with a security warning. Now we know that the macros in the templates are safe, so we can do and enable content here. When we do that, we get a list of options here, which we'll carry on in the next video, because the installation of the templates is now complete. So I'm going to close this. So we've proved that the templates are in the right place there. So that's the end of this short tutorial on how to install the Scriptwriters Toolkit.